So the waiting period used to be very, very long. And I am the actor who I felt that I had lot to give. अगर आप पीछे जाएंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि हर 10-15 साल में एक युग के अंदर का युग बदलता है और वो ये भी बदलेगा. In our years of struggle in Mumbai or say in theatre, when we were doing theatre, very serious theatre, hardly we ever thought about our food. We really risked our life. So many times we almost died.
Hello and welcome to the Tried&Refused Productions YouTube channel. Today we have a very special guest, a person who's been requested for years. We've been dreaming about having you, sir, on the channel. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Anmol.
It's an absolute honor. First of all, sir, congratulations on Bandaa. It's going to come out on 26th of May on Z5. I wanted to first know from you, this has been a consecutive collaboration with Z since the past 3 years now. Is this a team that you've just connected with, resonated with, that it's a long-standing relationship now?
In the Z studio, and Shahrukh, who has the Z studio, somewhere we struck a chord.
Okay.
And there's a mutual admiration for each other in the manner they believe in the content, Shahrukh mainly. And the way he goes ahead and calls me for the projects that I'm doing, and he shows a lot of interest in the work that I do. Mm-hmm. So if you're getting respect from someone and getting that, a comfort, then this is what every creative person needs: a comfort, a freedom to create, and belief of and trust of the system. Bandaa, again, the moment he heard that I'm part of it, just took it.
Sir, I wanted to ask you, with the long-standing career that you've had, it's pretty crazy to me while going through your entire filmography, for a person who has such a command on the language and gravitas. This is your full-blown first courtroom drama, right? Right. Is it that the genre has come a little later, or you've had several opportunities but it just didn't click?
It didn't click.
Yeah.
People try. It's a very difficult genre. The writing has to be really good. And here the Deepak Kingrani and the director Apurva Karki, they have, we had this story, but we needed somebody to write and direct. I was very much interested in doing this when Vishal and Vinod Bhanushali came to me. But, and they left the responsibility on me to find a director and a writer. And suddenly I thought of this director who's directed Aspirant on YouTube.
He's done great digital work.
Great digital work. So, Aspirant I have seen, and I was quite impressed with his craft. So, I dropped his name on the table and everybody picked up. It's a courtroom drama. It's middle of the road cinema where you don't compromise on the realism part of it. But still you have those mainstream element into it to keep the pace, keep the flow, keep you engaged, without going too indulgent.
What I would presume you were saying also with courtroom dramas is there's almost the point that you brought up about it being indulgent, is that they depend on strong actors just having a monologue, and it almost deviates on being dramatic for the sake of it rather than...
It's, it's very hard. Very hard to do, 7 lines, 8 lines in a flow. And not make it over dramatic. You just have to, strike the right balance so that the story reaches the audience, the actual audience. Because this story is very important. It's a very important story, and they should go to each and every one. We could easily, make an independent film out of it, but we chose to go this way because this is a story which is need of the time. It has to be told. It has to be made accessible to everyone, to every mother and father, to the society, about the danger that the children are facing.
So I have to say that, this is probably in the last 15 years or so that I've been consuming content, the most active I've seen you being everywhere. I see you in so many formats, and a very wise actor once said that you should never complain about having too much work. You know him very well, Shahrukh. He had said that and said that there's nothing worse than not having work. Is this probably the busiest you've been in your long-standing career?
Not having work is not a problem.
Okay.
If there are only bad work which
yes.
is being offered to you, then it's better not to have any work. Rather, you just wait for the right one. But I'm happy that the choices are way too many, and most of them are great.
Most of them are great, sir.
Okay.
For sure.
And that is where I feel that it's only thanks to OTT and this time that I'm spoiled for choices. Otherwise, 8 months, 9 months, then one Bosley used to drop in, then another Aligarh used to drop in. So the waiting period used to be very, very long. And I'm the actor who I felt that I had lots to give, lot of capacity to create, lot of things which were there buried in me that I wanted to showcase. But this is a time when I'm extremely busy, thank God. It's a very good problem to have, which I never felt that, I would be able to see this day in my own lifetime. Earlier I used to think that, I'm, 5 years or 6 years older. But now I feel, no, this is such a fantastic time when people want to work with me. They're showing so much of eagerness to write stories and the script for me.
So I have to say personally, I really do connect with your journey because, I'm from Delhi University, Hansraj College, and most of my friends were in Ramjas Theatre.
Okay.
And so the legend of Manoj Bajpayee is still echoing in those streets.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, sir, so I was having a conversation with Jim Sarb a few weeks ago, and I wanted to ask him about his theatre days. And he was talking about how, a lot of frailties as an actor in front of camera can get masked with good editing. But theatre is, the reaction and response is so direct with the audience, it almost makes you refine it so much where it is a strength that a lot of people probably on just movie sets don't have. What is your assessment, sir?
I think Jim has made a very valid point here. I mean, look, theatre is an actor's medium. Okay, it's a pure art, performing art form. An actor, once the lights go off, is only you see the sets for 2 minutes, you see the lights for 2 minutes, but after that, it's only actor who is moving right to left, up and down for 2 hours, and you don't see anything else. You don't see on the actor's right, you don't see on actor's left, okay? You are only looking at him. It's him who is dictating terms, who is guiding the audience, and there is no fourth wall.
There's no fourth wall.
Okay? So when there is no fourth wall, it's him who is creating the fourth wall for the audience. And when you're working in cinema, cinema is a director's medium. He has a vision, and there are too many departments who are trying to fulfill that or to really complete that vision. One bad performance can be turned into a good performance. One good performance can be made look really bad with the bad editing and bad background music. So we are dependent. Our ability is dependent on somebody else's ability. So there is a dependency.
Whereas on stage, the onus is on you.
You are the only one. There is another actor. Actors are collaborating with each other. This is where I personally feel handicapped working in cinema. But this is also a truth. That cinema is the only medium that in one day it can take you to so many people.
So that's so well described. I also wanted to tell you personally that my parents' favorite performance to see on stage was Mahatma versus Gandhi with K.K. Menon and Nasiruddin Shah sir. And you speak so highly of Nasir Saab. I hope one day that it's my dream that you share the stage with the Motley Crew and
Amazing.
One play in the future, hopefully.
I would like to do. I mean, theatre is something that I always miss. And I know I'm not giving an excuse. It's just that I'm getting such great work here
You are,
after so many years that I don't want to take a gap.
Sir, no one's complaining. No one's complaining. We can just wish one day. One day. Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, you know, I saw the trailer and it seemed extremely intense.
Right.
And it also looks like a topic which is so important, and it is, as the world is today, going to gain some polarizing reactions, I presume. I loved your opinion on characters in movies and how, you know, if there is a toxic trait of an individual in that movie, you can be critical of it, but the moment you don't want its existence, it sets a very bad precedent in the future, because,
Right.
you know, everybody morally thinks differently and then they'll point fingers at each other. Right now, in the current circumstances where you see so many campaigns, bans and boycotts or assessments of the impact of films, you still stand by that, right?
I still stand by that.
Yes.
Banning and boycotting is a very bad precedent, because you don't like something that I do. Tomorrow I will not like something that you do. But what has happened that the mobile, the smartphone has empowered people, okay? And when it has empowered people to express themselves, all kind of expressions are happening. I don't know how far I am right, but they are stronger if you are giving them a value. I think we are getting driven very badly by the social media.
Sadly, sir, you know what's happened? The ecosystem's become like that. Like,
Yeah.
I have a few close friends who work with the media. Right now, the cycle works in such a way that whatever's trending online is going to be that talking topic.
Not only talking topics, many times the actions are taken only because it is trending.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, so it's a very tricky time that we are in. But I'm of the belief that it's churning.
There's a sense of fatigue, probably.
There is no, but I can't you see that fatigue happening?
Oh, yes.
It is happening rapidly.
100%.
And one day it will, and that day I can see, happening very soon, that things will settle down.
Yeah.
It will find a direction. Right now it's directionless, trying to find some, some kind of a sense to it. But in few years time, a couple of years time, you will see it in a settled form. Right now it's restless. जिसको कहते हैं युग, एक युग के अंदर भी एक टाइम होता है, समय होता है, वो हर 10 साल में चेंज होता है, फिर 20 साल में बड़ा चेंज होता है. तो अगर आप पीछे जाएंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि हर 10-15 साल में एक युग के अंदर का युग बदलता है, और वो ये भी बदलेगा, ये भी ख़त्म हो जाएगा. और हमेशा समय एक जैसा रहता नहीं है. ना इस विश्व का समय एक जैसा रहता है, ना किसी आदमी का समय एक जैसा रहता है, हमेशा बदलता रहता है. सो आई एम वेरी होपफुल.
So, do you think it's a blessing in disguise? Almost the sense of monotony is something that you never got caught up with, of being the honorable man who saves the day. You played such a variety of roles. You were never that hero.
I will get bored.
And you would be so tired of it, I would presume.
I'll get bored.
Yeah.
I mean, Gulmohar, I got so much accolades, so much.
You were lovely,
yeah,
sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know so much admiration and love came my way. But, if you talk about the same Gulmohar after 3 months, I'll feel bored, because I want to, there's so much of energy and so many ideas. I personally feel that I have that. I want to keep doing. And Bandaa is, Bandaa, if you talk about it, say after 8 months about Bandaa, I'll be not that much interested in talking about it, because I'll be more interested in talking about something very exciting that I'm doing at that point of time.
At that point of time.
So, I don't know how it's good or bad, but that's how I keep myself interested in my craft and excited about the next day when I'm going for my shoot.
You very vividly, sir, spoke about this also within your group of, say, KK Menon sir, Piyush
Right.
Mishra sir, that you were more happy in not working and doing the mundane and waiting for that right opportunity.
Right.
But sir, in that dry period, I have to ask a very generic question,
Right.
because I come from Delhi,
Right.
and I have, even in my brief 5 years that I've spent over here, struggle to assimilate with
Right.
in this thankless city.
Right.
What was your anchor at that time?
There is no anchor. There is only one anchor, is your love for the craft. There is nothing else.
There has to be a madness then, sir.
Yeah, there has to be madness. There has to be that passion for the craft. What else you can really hold on to? Nothing. And if you are here only for the Mercedes and the big apartments, you may get frustrated and leave, because not everyone is as lucky as those big stars
Yes.
who are ruling today, and the ratio is very less, very 1 or 2, not even 1%.
So someone had said that, you know, if you come with an idea of wanting to be a star, you'll always be disappointed in this city.
Always.
If the craft is what you fell in love with, then
Yeah.
you know, you just want to act.
You just want to act. You can get a chance in a play of say Makarand Deshpande, and you feel very excited going for the reading sessions, going for the workshops, and the rest of the things will get managed. You will not believe that in our years of struggle in Mumbai, or say in theatre, when we were doing theatre, very serious theatre, hardly we ever thought about our food, but food came. Okay, bread pakoda came our way. Okay, somehow we filled up our tummy. But what we were excited about was the rehearsal that we were going to do right after our lunch, or right after our breakfast, or right after that cup of tea, which was very rare. Okay, so that love for the craft can really save your day. I keep telling people, कोई तुम्हारा मामा पापा चाचा यहाँ पे नहीं है. The only रिश्तेदार you can have in this city is your craft and nothing else.
So, as a fan of just your journey, I couldn't waste the opportunity of not asking you this. In that dry spell as well, which you've spoken about with great detail, there's one of my favorite films and your appearances in that, and I just wanted to know how it happened, which is Veer, Zaara. I wanted to know how a Yash Chopra project like that, or your involvement with it, how did it happen at that time?
Yeah, everyone was surprised even that time, because Manoj Bajpayee was never considered a Yash Chopra, kind of film actor. Okay, but Yash ji and me met once after I went to meet him, right after Satya. I just wanted to meet him, and then we kept on bumping into each other in some function or the other. He had many good things to say about me. Once, the International Film Festival used to happen in Delhi, not in Goa. And that time, Mr. Atal Bihari Bajpayee, Mr. Lalkesh Advani ji, many dignitaries like that, many BVIPs, they happened to watch Pinjar
Okay, wow.
in that festival. And Mr. Yash Chopra happened to be there. And next day he called me up and he congratulated me on my performance. That performance of mine got me my second national award. And when I came back from Delhi, after a week I got a call from Yash ji on my phone. And I said, please come and meet me if you are free. I said, I am free. I'm coming across. So I went to meet him, and then he said that, Manoj, I'm making a film called Veer, Zaara. Shahrukh is playing Veer, and Priti is playing Zaara, and Rani is also there. And now I'm thinking, if he is going to offer me something else, should I do it or not? But okay, let him say this. And all kind of thoughts are going in my mind. The Shahrukh is already there, then what is my work? How I'm needed there. Then he said, there is a guest appearance, Manoj. I said, okay, guest appearance. Manoj, I have seen Pinjar. I'm completely blown away by your performance. I really don't know if anybody else could do this role. The moment I saw the film, I said, there is only Manoj who can pull it off. I said, Yashi, I will do it. No. First you listen to those scenes.
Wow, okay.
3-4 scenes. Then you decide if you want to do it. I said, Yashi, I'll do it. No, you have it. Then he asked Aditya to read out the scenes. But I loved it. I said, okay, Yashi. Then I said, Yashi, but tomorrow if you have something really big,
Think about me.
think about me. He said, Manoj, let me tell you, you are doing me a favor by doing this, okay? But I can't return the favor because we don't even make the films, the kind of films that you are fit for. We don't. He was so honest. This is what I loved about him. He didn't even, kind of
Sugarcoat it.
sugarcoat it, or promise me anything which he could not fulfill. He said, "Gee, just this role just happened to me, where I thought that you can be or you can really play it well, but other films that I'm making or thinking, I don't see you anywhere."
Yeah.
So that was an amazing time that I've spent with him shooting for.
That's
Zaara.
beautiful, sir.
Yeah.
So last two questions I just had. For me, when I put like the Mount Rushmore of actors who I absolutely appreciate, you're one of them. And we just had his third year passing away anniversary,
Right.
Irrfan sir. And for me, he was also one of the
Right.
greats. You've always been appreciative of the people that were working and almost competing for the same roles with
Right,
you.
right.
Could you just tell me a little about what was his biggest strength, say, as an artist that you did feel knowing him for so long?
What was his biggest strength? That there was a very inherent calmness in him, and that you felt even in his performances. That inherent calmness somewhere made him very separate from all the other actors. And that inherent calmness actually made him the actor that he was. We lost him very early. This was his time. This would have been his time.
yes.
We've known each other from our theatre days. We used to watch each other plays, admire each other, and always had high regards for each other. Once we were doing an interview for NTTV, I still remember, and he himself told the journalist that, why don't you ask us when are we going to work together? So journalist, he got a question, and he asked us, when are you guys going to work together? Then Irrfan took the question immediately and he said, when, I want this interview to reach to every director so that they can think of a film where they can cast us both together. I want both of us to work together.
It would have been so
Yeah.
lovely because
Yeah.
I was rewatching Ghat. And
Yeah.
there are like
That was-
moments
moments
yes,
were there.
but,
Yeah,
not enough.
Yeah.
So, again, best of luck for Bandaa. I feel like it really is covering really important
Right.
topics. The last question I ask every actor, sir, is, if someone has multiple children, if there is a weak child, there is a sense of more love that you have versus the more capable ones. I wanted to know from you in your illustrious filmography, is there one film that you really love, but you think that a lot of people didn't see it didn't get the love that it deserved?
1971.
Oh, wow.
1971, we made the film with so much of passion. We really risked our life. So many times we almost died. But, the day it released, the 10 other films released. And it was not marketed well, it was not publicized well. But it got 2 national awards.
Yeah.
And
A lot of people, sir, still revisit it.
yes, and during lockdown, first lockdown, Amrit Sagar, the producer, he put it on his YouTube channel. Today it's more than 50 million. Can you believe 50 million, just 100 rupees, just put 100 rupees on
Look at the box office.
on one view, just look at the box office. Yeah. And people still talk about it. Whenever there's 26th January or Independence Day, 15th August, people go ahead and watch it. Yeah. And they talk about it on social media. So that's the strength of the film. I always believed in it. And I was proved right.
It got its love, but...
It got its love so much.
Yes.
But yes, late.
Late.
Very late.
Thank you so much, Manoj sir. It was an honor. And again, 26th of May, Bandaa. Can't wait to see it as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Please watch it.
Thank you so much.